everybody. I added a coat since this morning's live stream because it is flipping frigid out there for me, the tropical girl living in Maine, because God put me here, and my only hope of having a house down south. I still love Maine, but the only hope of having a house down south where I can go when I get tired of being cold, because it's like 10, 11 months of the year you're cold. I'm cold here. Is for this Iraqi dinar to revalue. So I have a lot at stake in this. If you do too, if you need the wealth transfer to happen now, I'm glad you're here. Please subscribe and tap the bell. I focus only on truth, facts, and optimism, and I have the best intel source. He's over in Iraq, and he's very high up. He's a colonel, right? He's over there in Iraq, and he's not even invested in the Iraqi dinar. That's why I know he only tells me the truth, because he, just like I don't sell dinar, which is why I only tell you the truth, and I'm not beholden to anybody. I have no agreements with anybody. I pay my taxes. I'm married to a firefighter, an EMT, and he also has a second job. I have a couple businesses. We struggle just like everybody else with this inflation, so we all need this. I have a unique set of skill set, though, that I got before God showed up in my Jeep on February 22nd of 2000. I had a huge financial career, which makes me a unique voice in this space. So I hope you will subscribe, tap the bell, keep tuned to my channel. I will tell you when it happens. A lot of people are saying, when am I going to know when it happens? I will do a live stream that literally says the time is now. Okay. And down below, if you want to ask me any questions, or if you want to get the packages I recommend that are only, a low price, $55, which is grace. God told me to price it that way so everybody could afford it. Because if you really believe this is happening, why aren't you getting God's strategies? These are God's strategies that came through me with a combination of knowing his voice and following his instructions to get on YouTube in February 21st, 2019. So this is all God's creation. He wanted me to help shepherd you through the pre-RV process, the post-RV process, the exchange day process, and then after that, because I am going to be live doing coffee and conversation every morning thereafter. The 6 weeks after this is probably going to be the hardest on you. You don't expect that, but trust me, you'll come to my channel. You'll remember me saying this. 6 weeks after, when you're all freaked out that you got the money in your account, now what do? I hope you'll come back here. God bless you. So, and this is still not financial advice. You do what you want, right? So, like usual, I get links from that have already been vetted, and so I can access the links, but sometimes I cannot click on them, which I don't think there's any coincidence given the timing of when this should happen any day now. Remember, Iraq cannot ascend to the WTO, which is slated for the 9th. By the way, it's Happy Cinco de Mayo too, which is slated for the 9th, without a new exchange rate. Everybody's looking at this timing being very good right now. All the people are. So what I'm going to do is give you my perspective. There's an article here that I cannot click on and see the details. It says Iran and Iraq to sign 23 deals on energy, trade, and investments. It's interesting that I can't click on it, though. That happens every once in a while because there's a lockdown of the time, because the biggest freedom people are here in the U.S. The biggest people invested in the Iraqi dinar that are outside are here in this country. So they're locking down the information so you have no idea when it's going to happen. And they would love for you to divest yourself or make stupid mistakes so that you can't really take part in this, because that doesn't align with what we know plans are, right? So the other articles that I was able to click on this morning during my live, I can't even click there. So you can go to my live stream. I did talk about all those articles that I was able to access this morning when I went live earlier than usual. Now I'm going to go to the summary of everybody, see if there's anything going on today. It's just before noon. Why? Because my husband gets out at 1 o'clock today, so I want to get this done so I can enjoy my time with my husband. But guys, there's not a lot of things left to do. You just have to be aware that this could happen any moment. So now this is the latest from Frank 26. Floating the dinar is economic suicide. Economists are saying to the Iraqi citizens that a flotation is detrimental, whereas the CBI, Salih, the advisor, the financial ministers, all these people are saying the complete opposite. We're about to float. Why do you think we have all this stuff set up? Why are we following international laws? Why do you think we're Article 8? Why do you think we're going to be WTO is 7 more days? Floating the dinar is suicidal. No, it's suicidal for you. So Frank 26, that was what he was saying. He was posing all these questions. He thinks, he's always thought, I think he thought it was always going to float, but I'm not Frank, so you would have to ask him. Mark Z comes out with National Bank of Iraq uses Temenos for core banking and payments. They have put into effect a well-used banking application from around the world, and they have gone digital at a record pace in their banking system. We were told this was necessary so they could pull the trigger. Bam. They want us to know they have updated their banking system. This is important to the process, and here we see that it is done. If you listen to my other summaries I talked about, they're all going digital. I talk about this often because God woke me up about 5 years ago and said blockchain, blockchain, blockchain. It's happening everywhere. It's more advanced here in the U.S. already. People just aren't aware of it. Mountain Goat, I feel we've been in a critical period of the currency reform since January of last year, 2023. Now we are in a vital period, like a game of chess. We are now in a waiting mode for the central bank to make their next move and roll out the second rate change in country to just over $1. That we're told is coming. Since they told us they control the parallel black market and that negotiations were successful in lifting sanctions on many Iraqi banks. I agree with him. And Frank is saying 1-to-1 is not even worth talking about anymore. It may come in at $1.30 to $1 or $1.50 to $1. I believe the cap of the real effective exchange rate may be more around $4.25. Let's see what happens. We have to wait and see. Nobody knows. And Frank is very good at what he does, and he doesn't make, he just tells you what his opinion is, and that's smart. It says now, Caparoni, it is highly unlikely that any bank will have anything to do with the dinar for quite some time. Banks are conservative by nature, and the dinar could be quite volatile once they begin to float. In the past, we have talked about market makers and ECNs. This could end up being the method to facilitate your currency investment or through an established, sorry, it's moving around. It does that sometimes. There's no coincidences, guys. This could end up being the method to facilitate your currency investment through an established financial institution such as JP Morgan. Time will tell all these answers. Guys, nobody knows how this is really going to roll out. And Pimpy says, like he's stuck to his guns. My personal feeling is they're going to take the zeros off. Do I want Iraq to take the zeros off? No. I would hope that they would leave them on and then revalue it at a higher exchange rate. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see. Nobody really knows, but that's his opinion. My opinion is different. In fact, I did a video on just that. Which is using what I think is going to happen. And that's what it looks like. If you've seen my shorts, this is what it looks like. My shorts, the service I'm using to clip my bigger videos that saves me time because I'm a one person show here. I don't have a crew. This is what I talk about. So hopefully you'll understand. I think it's going to come off right here off the exchange rate. So that's how I think it's going to happen. I don't believe in the LOP. I think it'll appear as though the LOP, because they're going to have to reinstitute their currency once the exchange rate is changed. I also talk about this. Please take a screenshot of this or whatever. You need to shift your mindset right now. This is giving you, if they just do the LOP, how much you could stand to earn. And this is if it goes up to 322. Obviously, you can apply any rate you want. That's how you figure out how much money you'll have after. This is now is the time for you to shift your mindset now, because you have to believe. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. Do you believe this can happen? Do you believe he's setting you up to be a king or queen? If you've got any prophetic voices that are aligning with this, please comment down below. I've had many prophetic voices and signs that this is already done. Please join me in believing it's already done. And let's walk over to the finish line together. And then when you want the information that I recommend, please come back here, email me. The link is down below. It tells you what I offer. So God bless you. Have a great day. Guys, we're there. It's Sunday. I hope you're having a great weekend. It is Cinco de Mayo. What are you having for dinner? We're having fish tacos. We're celebrating. Yesterday was the Kentucky Derby. Did you watch it? Please comment down below. I love the name of the horse, Mystic Dan, because I think there's something very mysterious in the air right now. When God works miracles, things go a little wacky, right? There's also a lot of celestial things going on, right? Like the everything's aligning. Just there's a shakeup everywhere. Do you feel it? Comment down below. I love you all. And guys, I'm a Christ kid, but I am very open-minded. I love all the super spiritual stuff because of my Native American tradition. So guys, I accept you no matter what you believe, but I'm a Christ kingdom kid. I focus on the word, but I still love you, and I would love for you to participate in this community, because we're all together as a family, because we've invested in this Iraqi dinar, the Vietnam dong, the Iranian rial, the Zimbabwe bonds. Some people have the Chinese railroad bonds. I hope you will subscribe, tap the bell, because I'm a unique voice. Amen. God bless. Bye.